Okay, so it's late July, I think July 29th, 2017. Very, very dry. We're in a drought right now. You can see the grass is very dry. But I thought I'd have a bit of a tour of the property here. Got some nice nasturtiums growing there. Some lemongrass. Passion fruit seems to have dried up very much. I need to water it perhaps. This is some dogwood. No, sorry. Yeah, maybe dogwood. This is a mugwort. Big mugwort tree. This mango tree is doing all right. It's got some new growth on it. And that's the. We'll go down there in a second. We'll just have a look at the veggie garden. There are a few passion fruits on the vines, actually, which is nice. And yeah, but very dry. Now, what have we got in here? So we got this little garden here. This is the holy basil of Tulsi. Got some yellow looking eggplants, spring onions. It's a bit dry through here. And very dry, very dry. Some tomatoes growing. But generally I'm going to have to really use a lot of water on this garden. Eggplants. So looking okay, but a bit diseased. Parsley is growing quite nicely. This was where the rocket was growing. There's still some there. Coriander. Some chilies there. Some tomatoes growing in here. This corn was quite nice, but it's finished now. Some papaya trees. Some dill. Nice. More parsley. Small eggplants. And then we've got just a few little plants under here and some jackfruits. This mango is starting to, I think it's got a bit of new growth about to come on it. Yeah, some budding bits, which is great. And more trees over here. Again, they probably need some water. The lime trees just produced thousands and thousands of limes. It's been fantastic. And yeah, we have to get them off the ground. Tomatoes growing here. Other trees that need to be planted. These are all little natives. A dragon fruit. Dragon fruit's actually sitting there. Lemongrass behind, a bit dry. Beans. More natives. More tomatoes, some beets. You can see the passion fruit growing. So even though it's dry, we still got stuff growing here. The leaf ginseng, I think, back there. And basil going to flower and seed. So now we'll go around the side here. Again, this garden's not doing that well, but we've got some odd bananas. Maybe in the years to come, it will. This is where that tank and everything is. Yeah, very dry back here, but things are still growing. So these bananas we were away for a while, and I think we just haven't had much water, but probably come back to life. You'll see them in another video, I'm sure. Gingers, native gardenias, and this other little mango here. Pomegranate's not looking that well. This area is actually really suffering from the lack of water. I put in a bunch of natives through here, of course I did. And here. And here. Yeah, this gardenia, native gardenia is doing well. Another native there. Guava. Yellow cherry guava. And some sort of peach. All the peaches right now lost all their leaves, so I think that's just the time of year. And then we've got, what is it? Some kind of Brazilian cherry or something. No, not a Brazilian cherry, but a Panama cherry. Mulberries have also lost their leaves, but interestingly, they're budding a lot, so they're about to come right back to life. That banana just wants a lot of water. See, everything's dry here. This used to be filled with rat's tail grass. And still is a bit. But because of the dry, at least it's not growing. And there's a Romy Chama there and a Djibouti Kaba there. They both haven't grown that well. And then back there we've got a guava and another Romy Chama and a bougainvillea near the fence line. Mulberry there. As we come this way, which is we're at the back of the house here, we've got another native that's doing reasonably well, some kind of grevillea, I've forgotten what kind. And then another native, some more natives. This one's actually flowering, which was nice. Actually looking quite nice. And then we've got the Moreton Bay fig, and then pineapple garden back there, which actually isn't doing too bad because I think because it's shaded, when I water them they really come to life. Not looking too bad. A bit yellowish, but yeah, they're alive. That's the main thing. That's our neighbor's house there. They've got lots of lantana. Go up here. I've got water being pumped into this back tank, so I better keep an eye on that as well. But definitely in the middle of the dry season. We put these new tanks in a while ago. Year or so ago. This is our back tank here, and it seems like the water's stopped. Probably needs petrol in the tank, in the engine. This is what we call the citrus area. Well, that's not a citrus, but these are citrus here. On the edge here, they're not doing so well. That's a beautiful, some pink cascade grevillea that should come to life. The grapefruit tree, I think it's a ruby red. So we're now on the side of the house. And there's our old car. Don't think we'll have that for too much longer, but maybe. This is a Kiefer lime. Lime leaves are very good. Here's this plum tree that's gone incredibly well. Only put it in a year or so ago, and it's doubled or tripled in size. A mandarin tree. Something's happened to the top of it, but hopefully it'll flower. Some rosemary. Tomatoes growing at the bottom of another, I think it's an imperial mandarin tree. This lemon tree is actually looking pretty good, and it's near the house, so we put a lot of our washing up liquid and stuff on it. Some nice lemons. This is where we burn a bit of stuff. Another mandarin. Some lemongrass behind it. This mulberry tree was one of the trees that was actually here when we moved in, but it looked completely dead. It was just this stump, and you know, it's growing. Put lemongrass in the front there This is a kumquat tree. You eat those just as they are, so you don't even peel them. You just get them and pop them in your mouth. Sour, but good. Some beautiful lavender. That's a little boy. Hey, Bolly.
Hi.
How you going?
Good.
You been gardening?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Huh. What have you been doing?
I've been doing leaf buckets.
Oh, cool. That's really good for the garden, creating some mulch and keeping the water in. I'm just doing a video tour of our garden. So we're at the back of the mulberry here, more lavender. This is a native tree called lemon myrtle. Lemon myrtle is an amazing antiseptic and antibacterial, and it has a beautiful smell to the leaves. Do you want to try, Molly?
It smells nice.
Good. And then rosemary, more rosemary, aloe vera. This is called a Bosch pear. Bosch pears, I mean. Small, but it's surviving. This one is going to come back to life. It's a native tree. You can see the little bits of green on the bottom there. It's I've forgotten what it's called. Corey knows. Back here we've just planted a few natives. Some of them aren't doing so well, but they're alive. And then some tea trees, which have got a nice lemon-scented tea trees, I think, and more natives. And then tea tree. And we'll come down here. Actually, we'll go up the top here. And then, yeah, so put these in just recently. It's hard to see with the shade, I guess, but I think that's a Grevillea superb. More rosemary. So now this is where we are in relation to the house. We're coming down this hill. There's the road, there's our other neighbor, and our dam over there. This is a Grummy Chama here, and another Grummy Chama behind, and a guava, another guava. Panama cherry, looks like it's been eaten by the wallabies, so we didn't cage it in. And that guava. This guava is doing really well. Was it an Indian guava or a Hawaiian guava? Nice. And then a few natives that we put in here. And then this is a gooseberry tree. Yeah, they'll all come like nice. And then a Suriname cherry. This is a Banksia that we planted, so a native Australian. And then this is a purple flowering plant. I'm not sure what it is. Some more Grevilleas over here. This is another mulberry. So yeah, a little Grevillea there. Huh? It's a Banksia, is it? Huh. Grevillea what? Oh, Banks Grevillea. Oh yeah, Banks Grevillea. Yeah. Another mulberry. Another mulberry. This thing's always wanting to fall over. Tried to prop it up, but it doesn't work. These are natives. Dragon fruit growing here, and I think it's a lily pilly. Callistonin. So down here we've got like a nice big rosemary that's kind of all gnarly. Another lily pilly. We put all these in when we first moved here. A mulberry losing its leaves. That Grevillea up there is doing really well. Little flowers about to come on it. And a little tiny one over there that we got as a seedling's taken a while to grow. And another native there, I don't know what. We put them in there. Oh, walking through a spider's web here. Lily pilly. Lily pilly. Some herbs that Corey put in there. I forgot what they are. No, one's mother of herbs. Rosemary. I think it's a lily pilly. So now we're coming down in this area. Dragon fruit. Callistemon of some sort. A coffee plant. A mulberry. A rosemary. We got a lot of rosemary. What's in here? I think it's a rummy lily. I don't know. That thing's gone. Let's see. This is a longan. A neem. So neem are very bitter but really good for you. You want to try one of these leaves, Polly? They're quite bitter. They're really good for you, though. Here, I'll give you this one. See what you think of it. Yeah. Clean out intestinal parasites and things.
You can have the rest.
I'll eat the rest. I don't want them. Some rosemary there. Suriname cherry. Another grevillea. Another mulberry. This is the other edge of our property. There's a Suriname cherry. That died. Okay, Belly. A longan. You can keep squeezing some more limes. You can do some more limes. An acacia. Fig tree over here. No, that's been overtaken by weeds. Another apricot. You can see it's losing its leaves, but I think it's just this time of year. I think it's a tamarind. Another peach. Another Suriname cherry. A bigger neem tree. Again, I try and eat one of these leaves every time I'm in the garden. It's good for you. Yeah, that peach which must be the time of year. Yeah, and a little mango here is a bit slow at growing, this one. But, yeah, looks like there's some little buds on it, so. Then we're over here right now. So we're down, getting closer to the border of our property. But we've got this whole bottom area of the garden. That's a citrus with a lot of weeds around it. Forgot what it is. Something's wrong with its leaves as well. Oh, it's an orange. And another fig. So there's that fig and this fig. Another longan. Another peach or apricot. A nectarine. Another citrus that's needing a bit of work. Another citrus. Another peach. That thing seems to have died, but it might not have. It was actually a Djibouti kava. Longan. Another lemon myrtle. Another kind of citrus. And another longan. Suriname cherry here. And I forgot what those ones are. That one is a native lime. It's an Australian native lime. Interesting one. This is a loquat with some rosemary. Going down there, that's a Malabar chestnut. Another Djibouti kava or something, or a Grummy Chama probably. Actually, pineapple with a small lychee, a she oak, Suriname cherry, a she oak, looks like some mugwort ivory curl tree. It's doing really well. Guava. That's a sea grape over there. with some more lily-pillies through here. Bananas there at the back, a whole bunch of lily-pillies. A bunch of natives here, so I think it's a Grevillea superb, but I'm not 100% sure. And I think this is also a tamarind or something. And that is a Buddha's finger citron, or a citrus. They come out in like a hand. Another peach, another Grevillea. This is a tropical apple. An avocado tree over here. Some little stuff here. The avocado is doing quite well. A lot of avocados haven't done well on our property. I'm hoping this one will. Another native there that we put in. This mango is going quite well. It's got a lot of new growth on it. You can see all that. Red leaf is all new growth. It's got buds. It's got growth here. And it's really doing well. Some more natives through here. And so that's that view of the garden. And that's that little area. Oh, except for this other area here, that's just close by. This Grevillea, that's going well. Nice mango here. We let these weeds stay here to keep the ground more moist, but it's got a growth area on it. Over here we've got a marmalade Grevillea, and it's going really well. You can see the beautiful flowers on it. Need to make a flower essence out of this one. And then up here there is a guava as well that we put in. And yeah, so this is our tank that we get water from our lower dam and also from the Palms water supply. This is which was pumping earlier, but now I think it's run out of petrol. I'll have to get some. So guava. Now we're going to go down the driveway a bit, but I think I might get a drink of water and continue this. So this is the newest area of our garden. When we moved here, there was just this huge pile of trees and soil and everything, probably from where they'd cleared this area here. And we had a huge fire that we put in on purpose and burned it, and all the ash and everything we just mixed into a huge thing, and now we've made mounds here. So in these mounds we've got in front here, we've got some star apples, we've got citrus through here, so we've got some mangoes on the end here. Some things haven't done well because we planted just before we left. Not everything was surviving. Some citrus, star apple. That is a soursop, which is great for cancer. Forgot what that one is. A mango. Lemon verbena, which has a beautiful, beautiful smell. Beautiful. I love lemon verbena. A she oak. Another mulberry. So what we did is we got some cardboard and big pallets of cardboard, and we're using that in between, although a lot of it got blown away. I need to fix it all up. Got some more rocks there, so to keep the weeds down. And then we planted, Corey threw a bunch of Japanese millet seeds, so that's the other side of that first row. Now this is the second row. Aloe vera growing on the edge. This papaya looks like it got eaten. Some other things have been eaten. This is another lemon myrtle. Looks like it's doing well. Soursop, an eaten papaya. Must be the wallabies like the papayas or something. That looks like a native. Yep, another papaya that got eaten. And a chama. Another native. This papaya is actually, maybe it's too tall for them. And in the next row, papaya that's been eaten, a mango, a native acacia, another lemon myrtle. Looks like more sour sops. These are some sort of weed, I think a native tobacco, or maybe not native, but and then a citrus papaya that's been eaten. That is a type of custard apple. I think it's a Brazilian custard apple. This irrigation needs to go on it properly. This is we put on irrigation through the whole thing. This is the black pipe irrigation. You can see here from the top view, it all has irrigation. I just need to make sure the pressure is good enough for it. A mango, that's a weed, makes these little grenade looking things. This is a mandarin lime. And over here then, an acacia. I think that's an ice cream bean fruit. And then a, could be a wampy. Pretty sure something died here. And then a she oak. Oh, this is something else there. And then a she oak over here. Yeah, we'll go down here without falling. And then next mound here, another native. Looks like a potato. That looks like it needs some water. A citrus. A mulberry, again, lost a lot of its leaves, but all growing back. A lemonade fruit. A ruby red grapefruit. A star apple that needs some help. A mango. A star apple. They probably were in the shade before, now they're in full sun. This is a lemon myrtle. Papaya that's been eaten. They may grow back, these papayas. This is a she oak, I think. Looks like a soursop, a carob tree, and then a Mineola Tangelo. On the end here, an acacia. And we'll go down this way. And then we'll come up the next mound. It's a bit of a mess. Needs a bit of work, but it's only just been put in. Another soursop, Panama cherry, and acacia. I actually think that might be a sapodillo. And then why are all these irrigations? It must be wallabies or something pulling them all around. Forgot what that is. It looks beautiful. I'm gonna have to get rid of these little grenade things. Another citrus. What is it? A Lisbon lemon. Carob. Then another star apple. Soursop. A ruby red grapefruit, which are beautiful grapefruits. And then something else, which doesn't look that good, but might come back to life. Down the next mound, on to the last one. It's our dam back there. It doesn't have much water. That's our first dam. This is a carob tree. A mango. Oh. Huh, it's actually doing pretty well. It's got new growth like a lot of mangoes do. Another soursop with its irrigation moved. Something. Probably a mulberry here. Doesn't even seem to have irrigation. I need to go through this whole thing. A ice cream bean tree, I'm pretty sure. No, this is a white sapote. What that is actually. Is that a lemon myrtle? It's been eaten or? Nope. Maybe it's a Don't know. And that is a sour salt. And a mango. The mango again seems to be having a lot of new growth there. And at the end here we have a black sapote, also known as a chocolate pudding fruit, and a big weed, and something else there. Yeah, this is another area of the garden near the dam. It's very overgrown here, but that's an imperial mandarin. That's a guava. Jackfruit. We'll clear all this out and make it look nice. This is all kind of weeds back here, and you can see there's not a lot of water in the dam. And yeah, gotta clear all this. If we head back here, there's another area of fruit trees. Oh, this is near our neighbor's property here. They haven't done anything except build a little shed right now. But more grummy chamas here. And lily pillies as a border that we put in. They're doing pretty well. Mulberry, more lily pillies. I think it's a grummy chama as well. Suriname cherry, which is actually flowering and looking quite nice. Probably get some beautiful Suriname cherries or Brazilian cherries off of that. Guava. Banksia, I put in just recently. This was quite a big mulberry here. Again, seems to have a lot of new growth. Probably means it's going to produce berries soon. We put these grevilleas in. Look at this one. Doing really well, lots of flowers. Beautiful. I'll just go back up here a little bit. More grevilleas that I put in there. What else have we got up here? These are more small marmalade grevilleas, like the big one I showed you. Acacia with a date palm. Marmalade grevilleas, another date palm. This is, I think, a grevillea superb, callistemon. I think it's an ivory pearl or a type of something. I'm not sure actually. Similar to these, they do well here though. And this one is a Grevillea sylvia. It's going well. So now we're here. These are kangaroo palms, which I think are really beautiful. Hopefully they'll survive. And then beside that we got some kind of, what's it called? Eugenia rhinewardon and a beach cherry. And more kangaroo paws there. So that's where a junction from the Palms water and the dam. This is looking up here. And over there we've got a little area that we planted that I'll look at in a minute. But we'll continue down the driveway a bit further. So we just came that way and up. So but we've got a nice area further down as well. It's called a red robin. This area we didn't even know it was ours. We thought the property boundary was here, but it's over here. So we planted a lot of natives here. Banksia here. Again, they got yellow leaves, which means they have an iron deficiency, I think. This is a nice grevillea. Another grevillea there. Another type of grevillea. Another grevillea that's started to flower. Another one here. That's also starting to flower. Just starting. Beautiful. And another one, a type of grevillea. This one's actually looking quite big too, about to flower. A banksia behind it. And another grevillea that's flowering. Oh, this one is like a moonlight or something. It's beautiful. I forgot what that is. I'll have to have a look. Oh yeah, that's beautiful white flower. And yeah, through here, I think that's a marmalade grevillea. And I think we put tea trees on the edge here, lemon scented tea trees. I'll sniff one of the leaves and find out. Yep, lemon scented. So that's our border here. Got the dam over there. Border here. Nice big tree here. And then I think we did do a little bit more planting down here. You can see we put in these swales to capture the water because it was just running down here on a heavy rain. But we've had a heavy rain since March. But yeah, so more grevilleas. This one's looking really nice. Got some of these weeds around it, but it's actually doing really well. Weeds attract these flowering weeds do attract the bees. And another grevillea. And we've got a little area over here on the other side of the driveway that we've planted as well. So that's the bottom of our driveway. And that grevillea is actually going quite well. What is that one? Got little flowers on it. And yeah, it's doing really well. Callistum there, another grevillea. We planted that as well. I'm going to go and turn on the Palms water supply down here. You know, a neighbor of ours was throwing these out, so we put all these in about a year ago. Just to sort of, and they're doing pretty well, just like ornamental plants. And same with a few of these sort of funny looking things. So, yeah, this is where we get the water from the palms, which is a bore. Just turn this thing out here. So walking back up. And we planted in here. So this is the borderline here on our property. And put in a few plants here as borderlines, but some of them didn't do well. But some of them are going pretty good. I don't know exactly what all these are. These are called red robins though. Yeah. And then we've got this quite big open space right here as well that maybe we'll put a house in or something else. More of these. All these logs that we got from all the trees that were cut down. I don't know how good they're going to be. They've been sitting there for a year or two. But we'll continue up the driveway here. So we're walking up beside the driveway. Now we're up about halfway up the driveway. So we moved those bananas. They were growing naturally in that big pile of stuff that was burned. Aloe vera. Some sort of native tree there. I think it's a callistum. We planted a bunch of small things here. Put the cardboard down to keep the rat's tail grass and other weeds away. And native grevillea. And this macadamia nut's going quite well. Sort of lined the driveway with macadamia nuts a while ago and then planted all these little things more recently. This is a mac nut. Again, while we were away, a lot of this cardboard blew everywhere and I haven't had a chance to fix it. Another macadamia nut. some gardenias. Native tree here. Leave that as a driveway because that's actually in a lot. That's all that forest is part of our property. Macadamia nut. And then a lot of other little trees here. Mac nut. Grevillea. Acacia. Another mac nut's not doing too well at the back there. These are different grevilleas and natives. And another mac nut here. We also do plant a few grevilleas along here that are quite small and hard to see. Now, as we come up here into our driveway. What's that? Okay, you can play for a while. Oh, okay, cool. So, we've got and then another grevillea. And here. So now, this is the front area of our garden. That's a big bunch of mushroom compost with what looks like a willy waggler on the top. Let's go and say hello to him. Hello. This is a grevillea that was here. And this is the front area of our house. So that's the citrus grove. That's where we started, in the veggie grove. And we've got an aloe vera garden, some natives that we put in. These are all natives in pots that we have to go in the garden. Lavender, some pineapples in pots, another kumquat, another grevillea, more pineapples in pots, some tomatoes growing in amongst this beautiful flowering peach tree. This was one of the first areas that we planted. This is actually a castor oil plant growing next to a black sapote and a papaya that's actually got some small fruits on it. And then this is what I call our front garden or our orchard. This is a lily pilly. And this is again something, I'm not sure, it could be a tamarind tree. And then another peach. We'll head this way. It's actually a citrus that's always been struggling a bit. This is a star apple that's actually looking pretty good with a bunch of tomatoes growing in amongst it. Then a citrus that's actually got little fruits on it. So I'm pretty sure it's a mandarin, imperial mandarin. We've got a lot of different types of mandarins here. This is a nitrogen fixing native plant. There's a mugwort and a grummychama. And more tomatoes growing in amongst it. There's actually another star apple that's kind of small but hidden in there. And a mulberry that's must be a different sort because it hasn't lost all its leaves. These are just some of the local palms. And an acacia that we put in. And a peach over there, or an apricot. And then another acacia. It's an avocado tree that died. So sad, they're subject to disease. And more tomatoes. And this is a star apple. And then we just put in this garden, these are Mexican marigolds. Quite nice. So this is like a front area garden. A lot of native trees, grevilleas and different things. Some of these were flowering. You can see that one's got a flower about to come out. And yeah, lots of stuff in there. And that's what Bali does for one of his chores, is he gets mulch from the forest and we use it in these gardens, keep the water from evaporating. Ivory, I forget what type of tree, if that is an ivory coral tree or a grevillea, but yeah, it's nice through there. Some tomatoes growing there. Then we've got another citrus here. I think it's a mandarin as well. Banksia that needs some iron. Grevilleas. And then another citrus here. This is a native, what is it? Forgotten. It's on the tip of my tongue. Can't remember. Another lemon myrtle. This is one of our first trees we actually got from my friend Nick's property when it was quite small, and it is a, why have I not remember? It's a type of cherry. Not a Suriname cherry, it's a, forgotten. A mango through here. It's actually, again, got some new growth on it. It was struggling a bit. Got a few weeds around there I might need to clear out. Another Banksia. And there, an acacia. This is a peach tree. That's the back of the mandarin we were looking at earlier. And then mulberry here. And then another native. Garmichama. Another mandarin. And that is a persimmon that's not doing so well. I haven't had luck with persimmons here. Or persimmons. That's one that we actually, a citrus that we grew from seed. Callistemon. It's the back of the star apple with some lemongrass, and that's that citrus that's always struggling. That's a nice looking guava. It's actually got a couple of small guava fruits on it. Saw them the other day. There they are. So that's nice. Pretty happy. Rosemary. Castor oil plant. This was a jackfruit that was doing really well, and I came back, lost all its leaves. I don't know if it's dead or not. I'm trying to water it to keep it alive. She oak back there. Looks like a Malabar chestnut or something. Grevillea superb. Lemongrass. Mulberry. Lily-pilly. This is a star fruit as distinct from a star apple. It's the one that looks like a star. This is a pomelo tree, like a big grapefruit. This is a moringa. So these are really rich in protein and like a superfood. Just eat the leaves. This is our weeping river Dawson something callistemon. A bottle brush, some aloe vera that's all gone to flower. This is a native tree we put in that I've forgotten what it's called. And another mulberry, soursop. So we're at the back of the veggie garden. This is our compost heap, and another pineapple garden. Some of these are looking okay. They're actually looking quite big. It takes 2 years to grow a pineapple. Soursops, they often lose a lot of their leaves, and I think it's this time of year. So now we'll go down this way. It's another native tree that we put in. And another citrus. That's another soursop. It's doing okay. Whoops. And an acacia. This is a black sapote, one of our first trees we put in here. Little acacias. That's a peach that's actually lost a lot of its leaves, but probably going to do well. And a loquat. Come over here. Got a couple of native trees we put in. Grevilleas. And that just produced 3 beautiful grapefruit, actually. That something Weeping Willie or something grapefruit. Yeah, it was really nice. So a small plant, yeah. here. It's a small plant but producing. And a guava tree here that's also got small guavas on it. And a peach. We come down here. We just dug up a bunch of stuff and it's a bit messy looking. But there's a bunch of tomatoes overtaken of citrus. Same back there. And then another guava here. That mulberry will come back to life hopefully. And a soursop, a bunya pine I think we put in there. So he's doing well. I watered him the other day. So we're now at this corner, this bottom corner of our property. So I'll go this way and then I'll go up to the top over there as well, which we haven't seen yet. So as I say, another guava. Got these trenches that we got. A bunch of tomatoes are going in here. More tomatoes. This area gets very grassy. And then mangoes we put in here. This one looks like it's got about to grow new growth. It's native. Mulberry over here. Another guava. Oh, hello. Somebody's chirping. And then got another mango down here. Some sort of disease on the leaves, I think, on this one. And then if we go through here, we've got another mango. This one looks healthier. Another macadamia nut back there. This is up here is a carob tree. So this is actually going really well. Carob trees like this kind of climate. They can handle drought. Lots of new growth. Yeah, it's doing well. And then another guava. The jackfruit with mother of herb around it. Another soursop with mother of herb growing all around it. And this is a wampy that's doing even better. And the one below, we only put this in a year or so ago, so yeah, it's going pretty well. And then got this mango down here. And there's two macadamia nuts. Excuse me. We also put in a dam back here. So this is all part of our property. So this is our second dam, which is back here. And I'll just... This is the back view here, from up here. This is our second dam. It's also quite low, but at least there's a little bit of water in there. And there's Bolly doing his mulch buckets. Some birds. And we've actually we dug this pipe that goes from that dam, goes all the way. Brian put that in. It was way up there, up to the top of the hill, to a big tank that we got there that then comes down. We have water that can come down to the house. Okay, so coming up here, we also put in, Brian did another trench that came from the back of the house through here, so that we've got water taps from our irrigation. Done a lot of work. This is the rosemary here, but Again, that persimmon's not doing so well. Coming up the back here. Lily pilly. A mulberry, that's the star apple with an acacia and a Suriname cherry. And we've got that black sapote and the loquat there and the peach. And I think that's a grapefruit. Now through here we've got an acacia. We've got a lemon that actually produces lemons when it was in its pot, so I'm hoping it'll be happy here. And then we've got a Suriname cherry here and another mulberry that's quite a lot bigger with an aloe vera garden beside it. And another mulberry here. And a mango. This is a very dry area, especially right now, so hoping it's going to survive. Should be okay. And then some up against this sort of fence here, we've got more dragon fruits. Should have a passion fruit, but I don't know whether it's doing very well. More dragon fruits. And then that's all part of our property there as well. And we did put in some natives down here, but I think a couple of them died from lack of watering. Where are they? Yeah. Put that one in. And then one, it's called a Grevillea fanfare that we put in along the ground. Should still be alive because I watered it. And there's actually there's another Grevillea there. And this is either a bunya pine or something, forgotten. Hoot pine, could be a hoot pine. And another one we put in here, hard to see in the shade. And a mulberry. It's the back of that weeping willy grapefruit and a guava that we already looked at, an acacia. And then here's another star apple that's going quite well. It seems to be quite healthy. Everything just needs water. And see, if things don't get watered, it's dry right now. Very, very dry. So, looked at this area. I just actually got a dragon fruit off of this dragon fruit over here. Coming up the edge. It was beautiful too. That's a Grevillea. So that's a nice big dragon fruit going all over the place. Some rosemary. There's a carob tree back there and a curry plant. More rosemary. That's actually a she oak. And up here things aren't doing so well. That's a moringa. The mango that was here when we got here. The guava that almost died because I put too much ash near it. And that's the mulberry we looked at before. And that's a crepe myrtle in there. Mango. This is a native tree that we put in. Forgot what it's called. Another native here. This is a macadamia nut. That's the tank up there that we pump from that bottom, that second dam up there, and then gravity feed it down here to the back of the house. That's another macadamia nut there. Gotta walk up there to turn something off anyway, so I'll show you up here as well. We haven't planted up here, but there are some nice native things going on. I think this is a she oak. Pretty sure. And then termite mound. This lantana that we pulled out and is dying. That stuff just overtakes. This is through here. Pretty sure that looks like an acacia or a wattle. Oh, startled the little bird. Oh, it's a willy wagtail. This is the area we used to see, or we have seen koalas up in these trees. Yeah, so that dam is all the way down there, and it's pumped all the way up here. There's a whole corner of our property that's very much wilderness and bush. Lots of birds and wildlife, wallabies and things up here. So, yeah, this is our big tank up the top. I'm going to turn this off. And then we got pipes that come from here and go that way. So that's the intake pipe. And then it goes down that way. That was here when we got here, but we had to Brian had to dig this whole trench, put piping in. So now usually we can pump water up there and then down here. And then from that tank, it'll go into our irrigation system. So it's just one little area that I haven't looked at yet. And it's at the back here. That's near the edge of our property over there. Sometimes we get big goannas through here. We've seen the odd snake, not many, only 3 in 2 years. There was a carpet python through here. We were going to put in a dam over that way, but then it's not got enough clay. Yeah, things are very dry up here. So yeah, Mac, now this is our area now where we started to cultivate. So you can hear lots of birds. Kookaburra. I love wandering around the property, hearing the birds. This got eaten. So there was an old chicken coop here, and that's where the storage is, where we keep our tools. This is a what do you call it? Purple flowered one that starts with a W. Can't think right now. Need some water. More. Look at this guy. We also planted something here. So that's pretty much it. I can go back to the house this way. And I think that's our entire garden. Yeah. Make another video when it rains. I guess I haven't covered this area here. We've also got a she oak in there and some herbs and another acacia there, and probably a lily pilly and then a Grevillea superb back there. We catch water from the roof of this thing in here. There's a little bit of water in there, and that's our tool shed. Oh yeah, I haven't covered this garden. So this is a beautiful creeper. I forgot what it is. And we've got rosemary here, some tulsi that's dying, grevillea. That's a pomegranate, some lemongrass. That's a passion fruit that's almost dead. A geranium, lemongrass, Suriname cherry, gooseberry, mugwort, geranium, gooseberry tree. Maybe that's a grapevine actually. Rosemary, more geraniums, some creeping jasmine in the back of the veggie garden. And that's some sort of lemon tea tree thing, and a native frangipani that were here when we got the place. A lychee. There's some flowering things here. I've forgotten another passion fruit, another pomegranate, and some lemon balm that's not doing too well. There's a mango that was here when we got here, and another mango at the back that was here. This beautiful tree that the possums live in. And some other trees, and got that nice bench that we put in there. And that's about it. We do have birds that come around, you can see them there. These guys love playing in the little bird bath. Have this garden as well. A couple things we put in there and some succulents and things. Oh, looks like the birds have gone.